Welcome back. It's time for the Wednesday Wheel of Whimsy, and we're ranking mascots in a fight.
Yes.
So, Steven.
We have a power ranking machine out.
Yes.
All right. You ready, Paul?
We're going to spin that wheel.
Tiger.
Tiger. You know, Tiger is a dangerous hunter. You know, a lot of them, you know, they're orange and black, so they should be seen really well, but they're very stealthy.
I didn't know that. They are? They're stealthy?
A little stealthy. They can hide in the grass a little bit. So, I mean, part of it is just like, all right, I'm going to wait for you to drink some water, and, you know, you're going to have your back turned to me because you're all thirsty, and then
Here I come.
Here I come. So, just because it's more of like a brute strength thing, and Garrett, I don't know how you feel about your Tigers, but I'm going to put them at 3. I'm going to put Tigers at 3.
That's fair.
Yeah. I'm going to put Tigers at 3.
What's the best team with Tiger as a mascot? LSU's up there.
Oh, it's got to be LSU.
It's LSU.
That's my bias. LSU all day.
Because here's the thing. Auburn is also the Tigers, but they have an eagle as their live animal
war eagle
mascot.
What's that about? What's the story there? Somebody tell us in the chat.
It's something with the Civil War.
Yeah.
It goes back to
I'm
their.
sure that's good. I'm sure that's not
No,
problematic.
but it goes back to like their rivalry with Georgia and all that.
Yeah.
There's something to it.
Yeah. So I still don't like. Somebody needs to explain to me why they're not just the War Eagles, because that to me is a unique and awesome name, and you know, like Tiger is already LSU, and they have a tiger. I don't know. It just and Auburn's tiger is like
weak,
you know, furry. It's just
kind of like the Frosted Flakes guy.
Yeah, exactly. Tony the Tiger. Yeah. So, by the way, played brilliantly by Hugh Grant in the Jerry Seinfeld.
I didn't watch
Pop-Tarts
that
movie. Oh, you got to watch it. You'll
good?
love it. It's great. Here's the thing. Is it Citizen Kane? No. Is it trying to be Citizen Kane? Absolutely not. So if you didn't like it, you're one of those people who expects every movie to be Saving Private Ryan.
Hugh Grant kind of having a renaissance here. He's in some new A24 horror movie that looks pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Heretic.
Yeah. Hugh's got pitches we haven't seen.
He's got range, yeah.
Yeah, he's got range. All right, spin that wheel, Steven.
Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete. Look, there's nothing scary about Pistol Pete. Like, he's more like leers and like does this.
Kind of cartoonish and fun.
Yeah. No, like I want Pistol Pete at my birthday, right? Like,
yeah,
you know, like that's what I want. Like, there's nothing scary about him.
You want to go to Pistol Pete's Pizza Shop?
Yeah, I do.
Play some games.
Yeah, I don't
drink some soda, eat some pizza.
I'm not worried about him. You know, I'm not worried about him. He's 10th.
Until he gets drunk with his gun.
Yeah, but like even still, I feel like those aren't real guns.
You don't think he's actually packing?
No, I think he's too nice for that.
What's the I mean, I guess I know the answer to this, but what's with all the gun celebrations this last week? In college football.
I don't know. I mean, they should know that like that's a point of emphasis that's just not going to go over well.
Right.
I am of look. Here's the thing. It's obviously, you know, liberal soy boy beta cuck referees that don't want me to have my imaginary gun.
Don't want me brandishing a weapon on the field. Yeah.
They don't like they're taking away my Second Amendment right for imaginary guns. So no, I just don't like that's just something that's not going to go over well. Now, do I think that somebody's going to go out and buy a gun because of a football celebration? No, absolutely
not. Should be flagged, probably not, but also don't do it.
Yeah, just don't do it. Like, you should know that, like, there's going to be, you know, clutch pearls over that no matter what. So I'm pretty sure they were out ahead of that one. So
the cool thing about Pistol Pete to me is they, through the years, have put him in a lot of different sports scenarios.
Yeah.
Like the logo.
Yeah.
So there's like a cartoon logo of him with a singlet on for the wrestling team, which is cool. I think there's one with him of the bass fishing team that's pretty cool because he's like holding a fish. But in a fight, I don't know.
Yeah, like he is maybe a little bit like Rowdy, the Cowboys mascot. Like Rowdy's like a young version. Like Pistol Pete's seen some things. Like if you told me that Pistol Pete went to a whorehouse back in the 1880s, and like you told me Pistol Pete did that, I'd believe you. But do I think Pistol Pete's like any kind of dangerous cowboy? No, I don't. I think he's more Little House on the Prairie than Gunsmoke.
All right, so our last spot's already been taken. Bears.
Ooh, Bears. I'm gonna put Bears. Put Bears at 4. And here's what, like, the thing is like Bears will, like, they're fierce and they'll tear you up, but also they will ride a unicycle. So
they contain multitudes.
Yeah.
Depends on what type of mood they're in.
Yeah. So I feel like you could trick a bear maybe easier than you trick like a tiger or something else. So you can distract them. Or like a tiger gets singularly focused on, like, hey, I really want, like, to kill that guy. A bear would be like, I really want to kill that guy, but there's definitely meat in that cooler. So, like, I'll let him get away.
I got other stuff I'm doing, yeah.
I'll let him get away. I just want him to know that, like, when you come into the bear's house, you're going to feed the bear one way or the other.
This list was inspired by, on Twitter today, Garrett shared a photo of, it was an old black and white photo. Not sure what year it was, but they just had
Sickos Committee.
Yes, Sickos Committee. I'm sorry, originally shared it, but they just had Baylor just had the Bears out there during practice.
Yeah.
Like one of them was just running around.
Yeah. Again, why I put them a little bit lower, because you can
get them docile. I mean, back in the day, they used to just run around hyped up on Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's probably what was going on there. And
23 flavors just controlled.
Garrett had a great comment on it.
He did.
It said, how do you think this Baylor practice going? And he's like, well, better than the ones right now. So
Dave should throw some Bears out there this week.
Yeah. Look, they're on bye.
Yeah.
Like, this is where you bring the Bears out to practice.
Survival of the fittest, man.
Yeah. What did like in semi-pro?
Yes. Exactly like that.
Yeah. All right. Bears at 4.
Buffalo.
So, like, are we talking one buffalo or a herd of buffalo?
I mean, it's got to be singular, right? Because everybody else is singular. Is that fair to say, Garrett?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm trying to, because North Dakota State's the bison? I guess that'd be singular too. I don't know.
We'll go with one.
Go singular.
One buffalo?
One buffalo.
Well, let's put them at 9th. They're very useful animals. You can use every part of the buffalo. But like one buffalo alone, I feel like I can avoid. Now, if it's a herd of buffalo.
I'll get after you.
Yeah, exactly.
One misstep I made here, I should have put hogs on here.
Ooh, yeah.
Because wild hogs will get after you. Apparently.
Yeah.
They're mean.
Yeah. Well, next time.
Oh, well, next time.
Yeah.
Eagle.
All right. Eagle is going to be at 8th. No. Let's put Eagle at 7. Eagles are like fantastic hunters. They're cunning. They're lethal, but also like really can only get like one thing at a time. So,
I mean, its best attribute is it could fly away, which isn't really winning a fight.
Yeah.
It's just it's just kind of ejecting.
Like, here's the deal about an eagle. Like, it can see the fish in the water and then can just swoop down and grab the fish.
I guess in theory
Stealthy.
it could like poke out. It could like
Eyes?
scratch
Yeah.
up some eyes and then just fly away
Yeah.
and be like, I won.
Yeah, it could do that. But again, there's also like, say it flies down and you've got one really like, like tiger it's on its P's and Q's and it just snatches it out of the air.
That's true, yeah.
Then it's kind of screwed.
Well,
Then the tiger's got a taste for eagle blood and nothing else tastes the same.
and that's not very practical.
No. Yeah.
That's tough, especially because they're endangered. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mountaineer.
Human being, most dangerous game.
8's available, Paul.
8. We're gonna put him at 8th. He's got a musket. Okay. We're not arming this guy with the best thing available. Now, I'll give him an 8 because he's crafty. He can do some things, but like if he's just got a musket, he comes up upon a bear, like he's got one shot really to get it.
But did he set traps along the way?
He could set traps along the way, but say the bear avoids the traps. You know?
I think the only way I would give him more of an advantage, a Mountaineer after an upset in Morgantown with some moonshine assistance.
Yeah.
I feel like that's maybe up to 6.
Yeah, I'm still going to keep him at 8, though. Like,
okay.
If he had, like, he's got a musket, I'm going to assume he's got some sort of tomahawk or, or big knife. But even still, he's got to be at close range to really do any damage.
Okay, we got 1, 2, 5, and 6 left.
Okay.
Bronco.
We'll put him at 6. Like a Bronco, like you got to tame a horse. Like, have you ever seen a horse just like go nuts?
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
I mean, Garrett's from Oglesby, so he not like.
I've been drugged by a horse. It's not fun.
Yeah, see, they're fast. Like, again, they're not going to eat you or anything, but they'll stomp the crap out of you.
Right.
They'll kick you. Christopher Reeve was just doing dressage, and got paralyzed. So.
Were you on the horse and you fell off and got dragged?
I was holding its rope, and it took off. It was not pleasant.
Why didn't you let go?
I did eventually. I was so shocked by what happened, I did not. It hurt a little, yeah.
Yeah. Dang. Yeah, see. Yeah, but a Bronco, I'd say there's speed, power. Yeah. No, I mean, like, they're not going to beat a bear, but
Sure.
they might put a hurting on a bear.
Yeah, they could wear out somebody.
I mean, maybe Pistol Pete or a Mountaineer could tame the Bronco,
That's
but
true.
also they could also sustain serious injury. So that's why I've got to put him at 6.
There you go. Big Al, elephant.
Oh, well, that's going to be number 1. I mean, just charging through one big angry elephant. Number 1, elephant, right there. Now, I wish that they could, like on South Park, figure out a way to like make elephants really little, so you could have like a house elephant. But
Elephants are really smart, right?
very smart, very very smart animals. Very smart animals. But like you don't want to piss one off.
We got 2 and 5 available. So lion.
Okay.
Where's
Lion is going to be number 2.
Lion's 2, and then Wildcats left, which kind of falls in the same category as some other things we talked about.
Yeah,
but
I like the lion's the king of the jungle, but like lion v elephant, I'm still taking elephant because it could just stomp it, right? So lion's the king of the jungle. He goes number 2, and then Wildcat
is it 5?
it's kind of like a mutt cat. Like I don't know what are you talking about here, but I still don't want to come up on one.
So our list: elephant at 1, lion at 2, tiger at 3, bears at 4, Wildcat at 5, Bronco at 6, eagle at 7, Mountaineer at 8, buffalo at 9, Pistol Pete at number 10.
Yeah. I think like I said, Pistol Pete is like a Rowdy who's had whiskey. Like Rowdy is a white wine drinking cowboy. Like he's smiling. He'll have a Chardonnay. He's got the cheerleaders with him. That's Rowdy, the Cowboys mascot. Pistol Pete, like he's actually, he's been on the back of a horse. Like he's done some things. He's just a nice guy cowboy. Like he's a little grizzled, but he's not swole up or anything. For example, I would be more afraid of the Red Raider than I would be of Pistol Pete.
Just because the Red Raider's kind of wild card.
Yeah, he's wearing a mask. He doesn't want you to know who he is.
That's true.
He's got kind of a Zorro vibe to him. Zorro was a badass.
Were
Zorro kicked a lot of Pistol Pete's. Like, I saw the show. Like, a lot of Pistol Pete type guys got their ass kicked by Zorro.
Yeah.
So.
Were there any mascots that I missed egregiously?
The gator would be interesting.
Gator's a good one.
Hogs, like you said.
Here's the thing. Like, gators are very scary. But, like, they're really easy to get away from. So they wouldn't be as high on the list as you would think because, the only way you get bitten by a gator, honestly, is if you do something really dumb. Like, the stories of people getting bitten by alligators like the end of the story is I got bit by an alligator. The beginning of the story is I did a dumb thing first.
And then and then life caught up with me.
As someone who grew up with alligators all over the place, like I never once, like occasionally I was like kind of close to one. I was like, oh crap, on a golf course or something like that. Hooked a baby one time while I was fishing. That was really interesting. I was early on in my Florida residency, and by the way, God bless the people of Florida today. My home, Fort Myers is going to get it really bad. Tampa, where I live, is going to get really bad. Sarasota, Bradenton, all that. Spent a lot of time out there. But if you grow up in Florida, like anybody who does like get attacked by an alligator did something dumb first. So they're not like you get attacked by a tiger, you could just be in the realm of the tiger and not know he's there.
Sure.
But if you get attacked by an alligator, like they're not like
you had something coming.
You had like you did something.
I thought about including the Western Kentucky mascot in there just because
the Hilltopper.
Yeah, I don't know what he's about. I don't know if he's got powers or something.
Yeah,
a red-looking grimace thing. Trojan or Spartan. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I see the UTSA Roadrunner over there.
The Trojans also, like, here's the thing about the Trojans. Yes, scary, but clearly easily fooled. Historically, easily fooled.
Not the sharpest crayons in the drawer.
Yeah. The Spartans, like, yes, they're very brave, but they still, the 300, I mean, you watch that movie, they still kind of lost.
They did.
Like, it wasn't a happy ending. So
there you go. That's our mascot. That's our mascot battle bracket, Paul.
Yeah. Katie Raider, by the way, said seconded guns up on my. I'm
Red
more
Raider,
afraid of the Red Raider than I would be a Pistol Pete. So cyclones wipe out everything. Yeah, that's
true.
That is true. Yeah.
But what direction are they going? Do we know?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that could add to the intrigue, but
yeah. Yeah. So, there's there's lots of mascots that aren't that scary, Sometimes they're just good at what they do. Yeah. I don't know, like a Sun Devil, a Blue Devil, I don't know, like Mike Leach said, I don't know what kind of magical powers they possess.
It's true.
Like, what are we talking about here?
Demon Deacon, what do they do?
A Billiken?
Billiken?
Yeah.
Yeah, Anteater?
Yeah. Anteater, not scary at all. Yeah, like Blue Devils. Like, yeah, I mean, like those things, I don't know. But
Rainbow Warriors.
Yeah. Actually, you know what I'll tell you? Having spent a lot of time in Hawaii, Hawaiians are the most resourceful people in the world. So any of the Polynesian people, like, if there was a place that, like, would do just fine without technology, like, it was Hawaii. Like, they're the picture of they didn't need any of us at all. Like we brought them nothing that they didn't already need. Like they figured it out. Like fascinating story about the Minahune people. The Minahunes were a tribe, and they figured out how to have fisheries where they would just so the fish would get big enough to catch. And so they would just built these things out of trees and put them in the water that were like cages, and the fish could swim in. But if they could, once they couldn't swim out, then that's the fish that they kept. Wild stuff.
Yeah, if the grocery store shut down in my neighborhood, we'd be in trouble.
Exactly.
So
that's
pretty amazing.
Kim Coulter should know this because he goes to Hawaii a lot. But they are literally the most the history of Hawaii is fascinating. All the Polynesian islands, fascinating. They did not need us. They didn't need anybody to come in at all. And most places really didn't. But the Hawaiians in particular, they were doing great.
Yeah, we just raised the price of their goods.
They did fight amongst each other, Samoans and all. They fought, but if you're gonna say hey, we're gonna go get in a canoe and row over this island and have a fight, to me, you're kind of badass.
That's true. Yeah. I'm not doing that. So.
Yeah. I would take a Rainbow Warrior over a Mountaineer over any of the human warriors at all. I would take them. Most resourceful, ridiculously, they just knew how to Yeah, they would live off the land and all that stuff. Like if they scattered, they'd find a way to get back to each other, and then they'd have like more weapons that they just made. Yeah, no, definitely. Just crazy.